So let's see how that one works out. So, Josh, last one. This has been a marathon. Tottenham, Man City, and we'll wrap things up today.
Tottenham, Man City, the game of Harry Kane.
Basically. Where
it's obvious he's not going to play. It seems that way. The Spurs aren't going to play him. So you sort of think to yourself, okay, this is a really interesting scenario that if Harry Kane doesn't play, regardless if he stays at Tottenham, you're going to be annoyed because actually, why is one of your best players not played against Manchester City? Likewise, from a City perspective, okay, he's not playing. He's not going to do damage against us. Win-win. For me, it's all about, the spotlight then becomes on Son. And I think Pep Guardiola will know how to deal with Son. I think Tottenham as a whole entity under Nuno Espirito Santo, I'm not buzzing about them. Even if Kane stayed, wouldn't be buzzing about them. There is something I cannot quite put my head on with Nuno and the Spurs side. I don't think it matches. I don't think the personalities, the managerial side style matches with what Spurs are trying to do. And I feel like this whole Harry Kane situation has been dealt with poorly, not just by Daniel Levy, but Nuno himself as manager. Didn't come out and defend Kane, didn't really explain the situation, has been very poor. And I think that shows the gulf of Wolverhampton Wanderers, where one of your best players has been linked to someone, to Tottenham, who should be challenging for top four as a minimum requisite. So I can only see, as long as Pep Guardiola doesn't mess around and try some crazy experiment, like Jack Grealish playing CDM or something, I don't know, just something crazy like that. Pep, as long as Pep puts out his best 11, his strongest 11, the fittest 11, there should only be one winner, because I think there's too many distractions still going on in the Spurs camp, as opposed to City, who are a lot clearer minds. So, I do expect City to win that game, Don, and stamp their authority. I do.
So just before you give a little insight on Man City, your thoughts, right? We have an exclusive here that the boys in the chat have been talking about.
Yeah.
Man City are not giving up. Exclusive. They're not giving up on Harry Kane deal. Man City board preparing a new bid for 150 million euros if Spurs stance will change, right? Tottenham have not received any new proposal for Kane yet and want to keep him. Man City's strategy is to be ready and wait. Listen, I do not for the life of me understand why would you want to keep a player who does not want to stay at the club. He has been there for a very long time and he has won absolutely nothing. The man wants to leave. The man wants to play Champions League football and not Europa Conference League football. Okay? He wants to leave. Just let him go. I don't get it. Just let him go. Negotiate. Get as much as you can for him. Or you know what? It's gonna be. It's just not gonna end well. Why try to offer him a new deal and then he's at the club? His mind isn't really there. He's not 100% committed. It's just getting really ugly. I have to say that. And it could be a situation where I think Harry Kane is professional enough that if the deal does not go through, that he goes on to play for Tottenham. But look at the whole Messi situation last summer. It was big. It was big. And what ended up happening? He has left Barcelona. And I think if Harry Kane does not pack his bags and leave Tottenham Hotspur, like right now, like if he doesn't really push, like he has to push hard. He has to force the move if Daniel Levy won't budge. He has to say, listen, man, business is business. I love the club, but I want this deal. City wants me. I want City. I want success. I want to win trophies. Just let me go.
Yeah.
They have to, by no means, by any means necessary, they have to let him go. And I think with these news coming out, I think it's gonna happen. He has not really been training with the club, So coming up against City in the first match of the season, a team that you've been linked to, he might not play, or he just might. Who knows? But even if he plays, his mind wouldn't be there. You see, it's too distracting.
Yeah, yeah.
It's way too distracting.
The only thing that's going to happen is if he does stay, he'll sign a new contract extension where there'll be a release clause, and all will happen is Man City will come back in from again in January. That's I don't even think they'll wait till the summer. They'll just hit. They'll do Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
They'll hit the release clause. That's what Kane wishes he had. If there was a release clause, this transfer would have been done. As simple as that. Grealish had a release clause. Kane doesn't. Put one in. He won't sign a new contract without a release clause, and then it'll get snapped up in.
And the thing is, if he does put a release clause in a new contract, he won't put a crazy release clause where he won't be able to leave, like a 500 million release clause or something like that.
Yeah.
Because ridiculous things like that has happened.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, all right. So, look, Josh, you have to wrap up. So, I could stay on talk about Man City a little. I appreciate you coming on and staying this long with me. 2 hours 45 minutes. I think I had you on for an hour too much, because I have to respect your time as well. But
I've enjoyed.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did, definitely. Let me know your predictions for this game. Talk with the 4 minutes that you have left. Let me know your thoughts on Manchester City and their chances of successfully defending the title, and then you could say your farewells, and I'll just finish off today's stream with a bang. Talk to me.
I think on that All or Nothing documentary that Man City had on Netflix, Pep Guardiola made it clear that the hardest thing to do is defend a title. Manchester City have everything in place to do that. They have the squad depth. They have the manager. They have the experience of doing it before. My only concern is if they don't get this Kane situation sorted, because I still look at it and I don't want to see Kevin De Bruyne playing as a false nine for most of the season when he is fit and returns. I don't believe, Dom, I don't know how you feel personally, in Gabriel Jesus. I don't believe in him as a
Listen, Gabriel Jesus is that forever will be that side chick, you know what I mean? That you're not too sure about her moving in with you, you know what I mean? You don't even want to introduce her to the family, really. You know, but you like her, you know what I mean? That's Gabriel Jesus for you. I like him. He's a busy player, but he just does not take things to that whole next level, though. You know, so we need someone else, because we have to replace Aguero.
And personally, when we talked about earlier, Chelsea, the threat of Chelsea, could the difference be of Chelsea that they have a 20-plus goal scorer in Romelu Lukaku, and you don't, and you're relying on your Mahrez's, your Sterling's, your De Bruyne's, your Foden's, your Grealish's to all chip in? But for me, a title-winning team always needs that goal scorer who will score those guaranteed goals. However, that being said, Pep Guardiola will have a plan. I do sit here today and believe Harry Kane will be joining you. And when Harry Kane, and I'm convinced, wow. Just wow.
Listen.
Just wow. That Man City team will be everything that you can imagine, if not more.
The fact that, listen, guys, don't believe everything you hear from Pep Guardiola, okay? I don't want to be too long because Josh has to give his prediction, right? Look, don't believe Pep Guardiola say, "Oh, City don't have the money to buy Grealish, whatever." City spent money, sold players and they recoup the money, whatever. City has money. They got a sponsorship deal with who are Nexen Tire. They got Etihad and a few more, and won the league. You get money for that. TV money. You get that money. Champions League final, the run to that, Carabao Cup, FA Cup run. There's money. Plus the sales of Leroy Sané and a few other squad players who was out on loan, and a few more could be sold as well. So £100 million for Grealish, that is easy. That is easy. It's like career mode where you get a 200 mil to spend and you spend on who you want. Man City and PSG and them teams are playing career mode, okay? While, let's say, Liverpool, they're playing a challenge, a career mode challenge, where let's see how much we don't spend, basically. Look, Kane, Grealish. The reason why I think we'll get Kane, there were rumors that City were going to spend 200 mil. City has been known to spend 200 mil every season, consistently. One something, 200. It's happening. It is happening. Man City, for what they need, they'll spend 200 mil on 2 players, and they'll go on to win the league again, most likely. I didn't make predictions, but it'll be hard to dethrone Man City if Kane comes in. Even if Kane doesn't come in. Because you see what happened last season. False 9. False 9 will do it still. But Josh, what's your prediction? Want to respect your time? What's your prediction?
I think the now is going to be put into Spurs' misery even more. And I've gone with a 3-0 Man City win. 3-0 Man City win.
3-0.
I just, you know, when there's just too much distraction going on, and they go and then you always hear the comments, "Oh, it won't affect the stuff that's going on the pitch. The players are professional." Listen, Son's head. Son needs to know for himself: is he playing with Harry? Is he not? And I think City, they'll be annoyed they lost the Community Shield as well, Dom. They'll be annoyed. They don't want any of this slander. This City aren't the same team. They know what Chelsea's doing. It's going to be a big performance from Man City from me, Dom, and a 3-0 Manchester City win is what I've gone for.
Look, thanks for your prediction, man. I have to say that the Community Shield thing, if Man City won the Community Shield, everybody would have been like, it's just a Community Shield.
Yeah.
I'm happy for Leicester. They wanted it. They deserve it. They won it. City won it, as I say. Everybody would have. People are happy for Leicester. When City win, shut up, Dom. It's just a Community Shield, man. Well, come on. Who cares about that? But for Leicester, it's a big celebration. I bet they had a party. Look, Tottenham are a team I'm not going to take lightly, because if you check the history, the recent history, they beat us last season. Yeah. They beat us last season. We didn't beat them the season before. They always been that team to give us trouble. So I'm not going to take them lightly. I'm going for City to win, though, but 2-1. It's not going to be the easiest win, but we'll get over the finish line some way, somehow.